Hi, my name is Dylan, and today we are going to be reviewing a lap of Silverstone. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that this lap is by no means perfect. In fact, there are some mistakes in there that I definitely got away with. I wanted to leave those in the video so that you can see what not to do. But regardless of the mistakes, the time is still fast, at least for the class of car that I was driving. Everything that you're going to be seeing in this video should work between iRacing, Assetto Corsa, or pretty much any time you're using a high downforce sort of vehicle. So let's hop right in. All right, getting to the last few turns of the track. In order to set myself up for the start finish straight, I'm getting on the throttle as much as possible, using as much as the left side of the track as I can. And when this grass ends and the tarmac begins, I lift and then back on the throttle again as soon as I hit that right hand green. And then I'm hugging the curb all the way over Yoler. Just before the 100, I'm braking and I'm hugging the sausage curves right up in here. You don't want to go out too wide. You want to almost cut across and then get on the throttle as fast as possible, using as much as the right side of the track. Flat out, again, I'm cutting across, using as much space as I can. And this is pretty much straight. You want to brake between the 50 and 100 here. And then a lot of this track is riding the curb and almost into the greens here. I shift down to first using inch braking to slow me down. And then I short shift a second in order to gain that traction so that I can be as fast on that full throttle as possible. I cut through this right-hander because in iRacing it's not an off track. And again, I'm using as much of the track as possible. Braking between the 150, trail braking, and then as soon as I feel my grip, I'm back on the throttle in fourth, full. Now you want to sit in the middle of the track here and ride this left-hander, and you're going to cut through these S-curve here. Between each green, I'm full throttle, and then again, I'm hugging it. You want to be on the throttle 100% for these straights as soon as possible here. And so now I'm slowly bringing the car over to the left, and then when we get here, I'm just going to straighten it up a little bit. Hard brake in a straight line here, and again, I'm hugging that right-hand curb. In second, again, I'm full throttle. And just for the 100, braking. And again, like the first two turns, I'm trying to cut across those sausage curves as much as I can. Back on full throttle again because I'm in second gear. And then that's it. Super simple. Well, in theory it is. So Silverstone is relatively fast tracked, with a few corners being second and first gear corners. And then of course you have Maggots and Beckett's, which is a series of curves. And from what I've seen in my experience, if you mess up Maggots and Beckett's, you will lose the most time. So that is definitely a portion of the track that you as a driver want to focus the most amount of time perfecting, because I can either gain 2 seconds or lose 2 seconds in that corner if I get it right or get it wrong. Now, this definitely wasn't the most in-depth track guide, I realize that, but if you did find this helpful, obviously it's appreciated if you leave a like. But besides all that, if you do want to see more of this type of video, because I actually think this is the first track guide I've ever done, just let me know in the description below, and maybe some tracks that you'd like to learn about. Anyways, have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. Ciao.